It started with music. Every Sunday at exactly 8:02 a.m. I'd walk into the cafe on 7th and Cypress, order a large Americano, and settle into the corner table by the window. Rain or shine, I never missed a Sunday. Neither did she. She always got there first. Same spot, same time. A booth across from mine, by the opposite window. She wore oversized red headphones, the kind that looked vintage. She'd sip her tea slowly, staring out into nothing, completely immersed in whatever she was listening to. I never saw her smile. Never saw her talk to anyone. Just her and her music. One morning, the barista Mason noticed me watching her. "You know," he said, "she listens to the same song every time. Just one track, loops it the whole hour." I blinked. Every week, every single Sunday. It intrigued me. What kind of song was worth playing 52 times a year? I started noticing more. She always wore the same cream-colored sweater. She carried a paperback novel, but never turned a page. She brought her own tea bag and handed it to the barista with a quiet nod. I tried to read, but my eyes always drifted toward her. One Sunday, she didn't show. The cafe felt colder, quieter. The seat across from me sat empty, and I kept glancing at the door like I'd missed something. But she never came. And I felt it. That hollow feeling you get when a background character in your life suddenly disappears, and you realize maybe they were never background at all. She returned the next week. I looked up as she walked in. Headphones already on, tea bag in hand. She paused when she saw me watching her. Then, something strange happened. She reached into her coat pocket, pulled out a tiny folded note, and placed it on my table as she passed. She didn't stop, didn't speak, just kept walking to her usual seat. My fingers trembled as I opened the note. It read, "Sunday, 8:02 a.m. You always look like you're waiting for something. I am too." It was signed with a name, Eva. That's how it began, with a note, a shared hour, and a song I hadn't even heard yet. But I was already falling. The next Sunday, I got to the cafe earlier than usual. I sat at my usual table, heart pacing like a metronome out of rhythm. The note was still in my pocket, creased, reread, nearly memorized. I didn't even pretend to read. My eyes were locked on the door. She arrived at exactly 8:02. Cream sweater, red headphones, same steady gaze. But this time, as she passed my table, she paused. "Mind if I sit here?" she asked. I nodded, probably too quickly. She slid into the seat across from me, gently removing her headphones and placing them on the table like a sacred object. Her eyes were soft but unreadable, like a sky before rain. I cleared my throat. "So, you always listen to the same song?" She smiled, barely. "It's called River of June. Not famous, not even on just something my brother composed before he died." I didn't know what to say, so I said nothing. She didn't seem to mind. "It's a short piece, just piano and wind, but there's something in it. It feels like he's still here. Like time pauses. Every time I press play." I leaned forward, gently. "Is that why Sundays?" She looked out the window. "He died on a Sunday. June 5th. I was late to meet him. He waited for me at this cafe for an hour. And then," she stopped, swallowing air that felt too heavy. "I guess I sit here hoping that if I do everything the same way, maybe I'll catch up to the moment I missed." We sat in silence. But it wasn't awkward. It was full of grief, and something new rising from it. "Do you want to hear it?" she asked suddenly. I nodded. She slid the headphones across the table. I put them on, and then I heard it. The piano was delicate, almost fragile. Notes fell like raindrops on still water. In the background, wind whispered through something that sounded like trees. It was haunting, lonely, beautiful. I took the headphones off slowly. It's like I searched for words. Like it knows something I don't. Eva smiled. This time, for real. We didn't talk much after that. Just sat, shared the hour, let the music and silence fill the spaces we'd both kept hidden from the world. At 9:03, she stood. Same time next week? She asked. My chest warmed. Same time. She walked away, red headphones back on, tea in hand. And that song. Her brother's memory. Still playing quietly in her ears. I watched her until she disappeared down Cypress Street. That's how it became a ritual. Every Sunday at 8:02, we sat across from each other. Sometimes we talked. I was waiting for her. It went on for 7 Sundays. 7 quiet, slow-burning mornings where the world narrowed down to just us. 2 people. 1 song and an hour that felt like it belonged outside of time. Eva never spoke too much, but she listened. And when she did speak, her words felt chosen, like each one had weight. I learned that she liked rain more than sun, that she couldn't cook to save her life, that she once tried to run away to Iceland after college, but never got past the airport. In return, I told her things I hadn't told anyone. How I hated silence before I met her. How I hadn't written a single song in 3 years. How, sometimes, I felt like I was watching my own life from the outside. She didn't try to fix me. She just sat with me. One Sunday, I brought her a small gift. A vinyl sleeve I'd designed myself. It had her brother's song etched on it, recorded from one of her old tapes. I thought you might want to keep it safe, I said, sliding it across the table. She stared at it like it was something sacred. For the first time, I saw tears in her eyes. Thank you, she whispered. That means more than you know. She stood up before the hour ended. Walk with me. We wandered slowly down Cypress Street, saying nothing. The city felt still, as if holding its breath for us. When we reached the end of the block, she stopped. Next week might be my last, she said. I blinked last. She nodded. I'm leaving. New York. I've been stuck in a loop I created, and somehow, you helped me see that. My chest tightened. Where will you go? She smiled, soft and tired. Somewhere quieter. Somewhere I don't keep chasing ghosts. I wanted to ask her to stay, but I didn't, because part of me knew this was never about forever. It was about being there for the version of her that still needed one more Sunday. That next week, I waited early. I wore my best sweater. Brought her a cup of her favorite green tea. 8:02 came. Then 8:05, 8:10. She never showed. I stayed until the cafe closed, checked my phone every hour that day. But she didn't return. Not the next week. Not the one after. Just gone. I never found her again, but I still go. Every Sunday. I sit by the window, play the song, sip coffee, and wait. Not for her, not really, but for the silence she left behind. The kind of silence that holds memory like a melody. The kind that never really ends. Thank you for listening to this story. If someone ever changed your world with just one moment, 1 hour, or one song, hold on to that, even if they never come back. Because sometimes, love doesn't need to last to be real. It just needs to be heard. Like a song you'll never forget.